we are going to focus on the word sit. Do you remember these words are the tricky words, right? Sit or set, sit or set. Well, this is sit. It means an upright position. You're sitting down right here, and it's an upright position. And children can't sit for very long, right? That is such a true statement. So you think about that in a classroom, or if you asked your child to sit down and do their homework or something, they have a hard time doing this right here. Now, the simple tense, and it sits in the present. This is the simple present. It is sit. And then we have the simple past, that is sat, and the past participle that will sit you in the perfect tense is sat. So this will be so much easier because these two are the same. And with this one, you just need to use the auxiliary verb, the helping verb, right? And something that I wanted to point out, look at the future tense. Everything in the future tense. I will sit at the desk. Right here, simple takes everything in the present tense and just adds the correct auxiliary verb that you need, which is what? Will. Will and will be. And this one is just will. It just goes on to here. So think about that. The future tense, think if you can get the present tense down, the future will be just a snap, right? And then the past is a little bit trickier. But look, I will sit at the desk. I sit at the desk. You add will. And then here you take out will be and replace am with will be. But still, it's helping you understand that. And here is will have. So just maybe think that might help you a little bit with changing things out. Present tense, we have the simple, progressive, perfect. Future tense, simple, progressive, perfect. Past tense, simple, progressive, perfect. Guess what?
Feet.
We have 3 more tenses. So you need to understand these tenses before you go into the next 3 tenses. Okay? So just remember that these really need to be pretty solid for you to understand the next set of tenses that we're going to go into. Okay, so now, the present tense, it's first person singular. That's what we're doing. First person singular, and we are only doing singular right here, okay? So I sit at the desk. Simple takes the simple tense. The simple tense. You sit at the desk. You're using simple takes the simple. She sits at the desk. Singular, it's in third person, so the S is changing right here. Conjugating your verb, okay? Now look, progressive. I am sitting at the desk. Think of your simple tense, sit, and then you're going to add on your ing. Consonant, vowel, consonant, double the T and add on your ing. So remember, progressive. Singular takes the singular verb. I am sitting at the desk. You are sitting at the desk. She is sitting at the desk. Singular takes the singular verb. Is goes with third person. Am goes with first person. Okay. Now future tense. I will sit at the desk. Look, you're just adding the word will on from what you did in the present. You will sit at the desk. See, you're just adding your auxiliary verb will to make it in a simple future. That's what you're doing. You're adding will to make it in the simple future. And she will sit at the desk. Progressive. I will be sitting at the desk. Here we are changing the am and we're adding will be. But everything else is the same. Same here. Changing the word are and you're adding will be. You will be sitting at the desk. Now remember, be, these am, are, and is, they are just the form of be, right? These are all irregulars from the be, right here. Remember that? She will be sitting at the desk. Will be is changing from is. Now look at this. I will have sat at the desk. What do we need to do here? We need to go to the past participle because this is what you take from the perfect. But this is easy because it's the same as the past, the simple past. So they're the same. So that will be easy. You just need to make sure that you are using the proper auxiliary verbs to make it work. So you have to use the right auxiliary verbs that sit in the perfect, which are have, has, and had. Say that. Have, has, and had. So I will have sat at the desk. You will have sat at the desk. She will have sat at the desk. See right here, we are just adding will. But look, third person changes. She has sat at the desk right here. So that will be a little bit different unless you are in the plural. If you're in the plural, you're going to say, they have sat at the desk. And then it will be the exact same thing. They will have sat at the desk. That won't change. Past tense. Past tense. Past tense. You need to be focusing on this word for it to be in the past. Paul, do you see that? You're talking about the past tense. That means you're focusing on this. So we have the simple, progressive, and the perfect in this past tense. So focus on this word. I sat at the desk. You sat at the desk. She sat at the desk. Now remember, if we said they sat at the desk and made it plural, it doesn't matter with conjugating right here because it's in the past. And so that's why past is so much easier because these don't change. You don't have to worry, oh, do I have an S on that or do I not? You don't. It doesn't change. Okay? Progressive, I was sitting at the desk. Was is singular, takes the singular verb. Singular, singular. So you have to make sure that you are making sure your subject and your verb match. But you say was sitting, was and were when you're sitting in the past are the verbs that you use, was and were. But see, look, present is am, are, and is. And the past is was and were. And the future is will be, or will have. So, I was sitting at the desk. You were sitting at the desk. She was sitting at the desk. Singular takes the singular. It's in third person. The perfect, now when you are past perfect, no matter what, if it's imperfect, you be using the past participle. And you have to use the proper auxiliary verb, which is had. You don't have to mess with have and has. Past tense in the perfect is had. Past tense in the perfect is the verb had. And then you said it with your past participle. I had sat at the desk. You had sat at the desk. She had sat at the desk. Third person, right there. Singular takes the singular verb. Your verbs match up with singular and plural. Remember, you have the simple is sit. The progressive is your helping verb plus sitting. Now the perfect is your helping verb plus sat. Okay, this is the simple past, it's sat. So the simple past and the perfect, they're the exact same verbs. All right, I really hope that was helpful. I know this is repetitive, but you will not get this unless you repeat different kinds of verbs and see how they work and see how they function. Okay, we'll see you later, everybody.
Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next part.